Hey everybody, it's Matt with Mac's video, and as you can still see, I'm still in a hotel room. Like I said in my vlog, I'm on a business trip, all the way up until Friday evening, so I will be recording and uploading most of my videos from this location for the next few days, so, just expect that. Don't be thrown off by the new background, the nice lamp, the nice bedpost. I'm actually using pizza boxes as my camera stand at the moment with my 2-liter Coke. Hey, you gotta live somehow. Anyway, today we are doing a book review on the book The Man in the High Castle. Now, The Man in the High Castle was an interesting book to get into. I did it in an audiobook like I do a lot of the books I review here, just cause it's quick and easy to do books that way. I'm all for some audiobooks. By no means am I saying, paper books are, out of date or anything. It's just for a channel like mine where I review books, it's a lot easier to get through a book on an audiobook. So that's that. So the book is written by Phillip Dick, and it was written a long time ago. I can't remember exactly when. I mean, it had to have been sometime after World War II and before now. It's the best I got for you. Should probably do my research before I do these videos, but like I said, I'm a bit limited at the moment. But when I got into this book, I thought, man, this is a slow start. Is this a slow start? The book itself is 10 hours long, if you listen to it in an audiobook. About, I want to say, a little over 200 pages. So, I was like, I'll get into it eventually. It took me 7 hours of listening to it to finally care what was going on in this book. 7 out of 10 hours. That means I only got 3 hours of enjoyment. 3. By no means is it bad. I get what it's doing. I understand why people like it. I understand why it got made into a show. Even though, from my research, the show and the book have very little correspondence with each other. Anyway, so let's get into this. The Man in the High Castle, it follows a lot of different storylines. You have the arts and crafts storyline. You have the Mr. Tagomi storyline. You have the Franks and their storyline. You have a lot going on in this book. That's why it took me a while to get into it, because it takes so long to actually get into each character's story. There's so many different things going on. The overall storyline of this book is the concept of what if Japan and Germany won World War II. And I guess technically Italy as well, but See, it's what if they won World War II? What would happen to the world? Up to this point, let's see, America's split in two. Half of it went to the Japanese, half it went to the Germans. The East Coast went to the Germans, the West Coast went to the Japanese. So, and Japan and Germany kind of have a deal to where they get to do their own things. They don't bother each other too much, and they share in the world power. So, it's interesting to see exactly how things went. And at the time the book was written, the one way you can really tell that this book is older is the currency system. Because they were like, man, this book was $1. That's expensive. I'm like, I spent $5 on a comic the other day. A comic. $1's expensive for you? There's 2 pizzas and this drink with $12. $1 expensive for you? Get out of my house. But anyway, and let's see, so America's that they've drained the Mediterranean Sea. They actually drained it and are using it as farmland. which I found interesting. I kind of wish they would have explored what they found when they drained the Mediterranean Sea. I mean, think of the amount of things that were sunk in that sea. That must have been fantastic to have seen. So that happened. Um, Africa's essentially been another genocide in Africa. Uh, of course, since Germany won, the Jewish people and all the other different peoples that the Nazis were killing off in the concentration camps, olders, cripples, homosexuals, the mentally insane, all the different groups of people they've been gassed. They actually, if they find a Jew, they send them to Germany and they gas them. That's all that happens. Um, yeah, so a lot of things are different, but I mean some of it in a good way. Like that actually got a man on Mars. The Germans advanced technology so far apparently that they actually made like far distant space travel an easy thing to accomplish because they actually have a man on Mars. Because that's the new frontier to the Germans. Well, they've conquered the Earth, so let's go to the stars. Um, anyway, so then you kind of get introduced to our characters, and I'm going to give you the briefest of descriptions of these people because just even giving you anything gives away a lot of the book. Because, like I said, it takes forever to get into this thing. So you have Robert Chilton, who is a American antiques dealer. He deals with antiques from when the United States was the global superpower. You can get like weapons and memorabilia and all kind of stuff. Everything from a Civil War pistol to a Mickey Mouse watch you can get from Robert Chilton and his art store. You follow him as he goes about being racist. Best I can tell you. Like, it was painful how racist he was. I mean, come on, man. Come on. But, yeah, so you have him. He's pretty much, that's all he is. He's just the racist American that sells arts and crafts. I mean, yeah, he gets deeper into his story, but like I said, I can't tell you much about giving stuff away. And I want y'all to read the things I review to you. So, you got that. You have the Franks, which is Frank Frink and Julianne Frink. They are a separated married couple. One lives in Denver, one lives in San Francisco, I want to say. Frank changed his name to Frank Fink because Frink is a Jewish name and he is a Jew. So he changed his name to Fink and had some work done on himself to make him not look as Jewish so he wouldn't get, exterminated and whatnot. He at the beginning of the book is an unemployed man. He used to work for I called it was like a metallurgist shop or something like that. People that dealt with metal in one way or another. I don't know. Julianne, his wife moved to Denver after their separation and took up judo and teaches judo at a studio in Denver. And, well, outside of Denver, technically. I don't know. It's over there. But, so you have her, and she encounters a young Italian man named Joe, and you follow their affair and all the good stuff going on there. Then you have Mr. Tagomi, who is like a high-ranking Japanese dignitary, and he's essentially the Japanese that stands up to the Nazis. Because the Nazis, at the end of the day, do hold more power than the Japanese. Which I find odd, considering, in my opinion, the Japanese kind of fought harder in the war than the Germans did. I mean, granted, the Germans did the whole Holocaust thing. Wow, that sounded disrespectful. I mean, they did do that, but the Japanese, if America wouldn't have dropped the nukes on them, it would have been a hard-fought war. I mean, it was kind of give and take. I mean, taking Japan, we expected to lose a lot of people to that. Luckily, dropping 2 nukes on them kind of solved that dilemma. But anyway, so I kind of found it odd that the Germans got more of the power in this story. But that's neither here nor there. That's opinionated stuff. Won't go into my opinions. And you have other characters in here. You have Mr. Baines, and he's a undercover, like, he's Swiss German person. He's like espionage 101, this guy. But yeah, if you like a story that branches into several different stories, you're getting like 4 stories in one in this, and they don't really intersect. I mean, the characters do meet each other at different times, and they do all have a connection to each other, but their separate storylines don't really mesh, and they don't really end at the same time. And also, I'm not going to give you the ending away, but I'm going to warn you about the ending. This book was intended to have a sequel, but it never happened. The writer started on it and never finished it. It happens. So it does end with a cliffhanger that never really gets resolved. I mean, it's not a big cliffhanger in the fact of, oh my god, what's going to happen? It's, you know, there was a sequel. You know that the writer intended to make another book. I mean, so if that bothers you, don't do it. I mean, I was disappointed. I literally finished the book and went, what? Why? But like I said, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that's all I have on this one, guys. Like I said, this is a bit of an unstructured review. I don't have all my stuff to make my notes, but I figured, hey, why not? Let's do it. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I will leave a link in the description below when I get the chance, so you can look at this book yourself, maybe get a hard copy, get the Audible version. If you do get audible.com, your first book is free. And you get to keep that book even if you cancel your subscription. That's awesome. And if you keep Audible and pay for the subscription, you get 1 free audiobook a month, which is about all I need, because it takes me about a month to finish one. So, yeah, that's all for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that like button. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. And if you like these kind of reviews, I do book reviews, game reviews, movie reviews, trailer reviews, any and all reviews far between and all around. I also do live streams on Thursdays and Saturdays. This Thursday will be postponed because I'm nowhere near my PlayStation, and Saturdays maybe later than normal. I will have to get with Levon and see about that. I do have a wedding I am attending, so we will see. Other than that, guys, I love you all, and I will see y'all in the next video.